Yes, say what you say. I can ground pound all day, especially laid with a pretty face, small waist. I'd rather stand here, share your space with you. Collar tie, Muay Thai, I wanna lie with you. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm the truth. Get my full mount, side mount, what do? I wanna take you, controlled by the wrist. We can go rounds 3, 4, 5, 6 in the clinch. Yeah, we in the clinch, baby. Best believe me, we in the clinch. You and I, we in the clinch, baby. Say what you say. Oops, up off that, Mr. Grinch. Up off. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is. It's Taco Tuesday. Boy. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. All right, man, look at who we have here. LJ, what's going on with you? Rodney Evans. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man. First, I want to say the synthesizer bell. You guys, first, I want to say, have you guys seen Steve Willis going viral? Oh, Steve Willis is going viral once again. And I know a lot of you guys are asking me to do a reaction to it. No, I'm going to let this guy who got Steve Willis going viral, I'm going to let him live. Look, as a content creator, as a YouTuber, especially in boxing, I'm not trying to overshadow or feed off of what somebody else is doing. They found that clip. And they're getting busy. Okay, yeah, for the Loma fight. Hey, check this out. I just got this. My boy Steve Willis hit me up last. Steve Willis hit me up last night. That guy's hilarious. I love you, boy, but we got to look at this, dog. Oh my goodness. Let me share the screen. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with this boy here? Where we at? Oh my God. Can somebody tell me what's wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this man? Let me see. Wait, what am I sharing? Myself? Hold on. Let me remove this. Hold on real quick. Oh my goodness. Let me stop sharing. Hold on. Let me share this right. Share screen. Is that it? And then this, here it is right here. Please, what is wrong with this man here? What? Why did he show that gap? That boy's here. You're like, look at that now. What is wrong with that man? Oh my God, that boy got me sweating. What is wrong with that man? Hold on real quick. Let me scroll down. Hold on. Oh my goodness. All right, let me see what Victor has to feed all y'all. I wonder, why would you shoot him on before throwing up on the bar? That boy got me crying. Oh my goodness. BS, I gotta stop capping for Devin. Honestly, Cambosis will make Devin look like a tune-up. Then you open up a whole different can of worms. Jorge, what's going on with you? Good morning to the community. Hey Biz, you think Loma ducking Shakur, or is he really just chasing belts? Seems like he doesn't want to fight anyone unless they got a strap. No, he's fighting at 135. He has no plans of going down or going up. Lomachenko, you know how you just have a goal? His goal is to be undisputed at 135. He keeps saying that. I'm not going to go down or go up. Now, if Shakur comes up and he has to fight him to get to undisputed, just like he did with Richard Comey to try to become WBO mandatory. Okay, all right. But some people have a goal. Okay, so if you have a goal in life to become, I don't know, a millionaire, and somebody say, well, are you ducking playing football? It's like, my goal is to be a millionaire. And that's the Grinch, 2 sugars. All right, man, look, last time someone had tried to have Loma fight somebody under him, somebody who weighed less, they said it was a cherry pick. That was Ringadillo. So look, so let's talk about this. Got enough for you in here. Everybody, if you can't hit the like for a brother for the one time.
Hit the like, your fingers over here be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
Hit the Tyson bell. Somebody asked me this Inoue pound for pound top 5. Been saying it forever. I can't keep saying it. All right, so listen. Hold on. I got a super chat. Flex on them. Hold up. War roll. Sup. Pow. We live, baby. You got that right, Kendall, my man. Is Kendall part of the Wolfpack? Where the Wolfpack at? Let me see. Question. How does Bizmaster define pound for pound? It's the same way, Steve. It's the same way I used the criteria by Ring Magazine, who set the pound for pound. You feel what I'm saying? I don't use my own. Okay. So the criteria, except for Ring Magazine, gets a committee involved, but they have a whole pound for pound criteria. Every time they do the pound for pound, they define it. Okay. So it's boxing skills, it's resume, it's what have you done for me lately, it's accomplishments, it's who have you beaten, it's all how you look in your last performances, it's all of those things all together. So I use that definition when they defined it. They defined it, so I go by that. And a lot of times I see eye to eye with Ring Magazine by using that criteria, but there are things that I do that's a bit different, like adding women. And sometimes I do the what have you done for me lately a little too much. I was dropping Terrence Bud Crawford lower and lower because of that. All right, hit the Tyson bell. All right, man, look. So let's talk about the topic. Everybody keep coming to me. ShowBizz. Bouts Ennis is Errol Spence's mandatory. So Errol Spence is ducking him. I want to say this. No, he's not. Hit the Tyson bell. Hold on. Let me read your boxing logic. My man. I think Kambosos may struggle with Devin. I do too. Defense and distance control. Me too. It's just the size. He's real long. Haney may be able to pop shot him all night. Well, hold on. But the poor defense of Haney, Lomachenko gonna be pot shotting him all night. All right. So if people like JoJo can have constant success, Lomachenko definitely will. I got Lomachenko beating him. I just think it could be a tough fight, depending on how Devin Haney approach it. But if he approached the fight like he did how he's been doing, Lomachenko has shown to be a better fighter. Thank you. Listen, Bouts Ennis, Bouts is fighting for Ugas title, not Spence Biz. I thought Stanionis is the mandatory for the Super WBA title, and Errol Spence is trying to fight him to unify. No, here, let me explain this to you guys. Okay? What everybody is talking about is Bouts Ennis is now the mandatory for Errol to choose Spence because Abdul Kakarabov, because he lost to Crowley and he was the mandatory for Errol Spence. So since he lost, and since Bouts Ennis was ranked number 3, he jumps up to 1, making him the mandatory for the IBF for Errol to choose Spence. Is that y'all understanding? Because you guys are emailing me. I tried to take tomorrow off. Y'all emailing me, DMing me, and y'all keep saying this stuff. And I'm like, no, he's not the mandatory. But is that y'all understanding? Since Abdul lost and he was the mandatory, the IBF guy, and he lost to Crowley, dropping him down. There was no rank 2 spot. So Jaron Bouts Ennis, who was ranked number 3, but really 2, jumps up to number 1. Is that what you guys got? Because that's what I keep hearing. And I want to let you guys know this on Taco Tuesday. That's not true. Huh? It is not true. Ennis boots is not the mandatory. Not officially, he's not the mandatory. Thank you. And this is very important. You guys need to know. Hit the like. Everybody, please hit the like before y'all start saying that Errol Spence is ducking his mandatory and boots Ennis. I want you guys to understand this, okay? Y'all need to understand. Sean Porter was second. Okay. Y'all need to understand the difference between ranked number 1 and mandatory. Hit the Tyson Bell. Because that's the same mistake that got y'all saying Jermall Charlo was Canelo's mandatory. No, he wasn't. He was ranked number 1. He was never mandatory. I want you guys to get this. This is very important when you guys criticize fighters and when we all are talking about fighters, trying to analyze this boxing thing and get a firm grasp of the boxing rules and this boxing thing, you have to understand, right? Because that helps. Because that would help you not just jump out the gate, he's a duck, he's a cherry picker, he ducked his mandatory. Rank number 1 is not mandatory. Understood? Whatever you prefer. Wrong. See, hold on. Everybody.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
Bro, okay, so let me clear it up. Let me help clear it up. All right. A mandatory means that the sanctioning body is giving the champion, right? The champion. So if a sanctioning body, WBC, WBO, IBF, the sanctioning body, let's say in this case the IBF, is saying that Errol Spence must fight Boots Ennis. And if he doesn't, he has to vacate his title. That is a decision made by the sanctioning body. They all vote and they make that decision. Hit the Tyson Bell. Being ranked number 1 doesn't make you mandatory. You're ranked number 1. You can be mandatory once they make that decision. As of right now, Errol the True Spence isn't mandated to fight Boots Ennis. He ain't mandated. So he can fight whom he wants. Hit the Tyson Bell. He can fight for money right now. He can fight to unify. He can fight whoever he wants. All right. But Boots Ennis is not the mandatory. Look, it's just like Lomachenko. People say now that Lomachenko beat Richard Comey, he's the mandatory for the WBO. No, he's ranked number 1, but they have not made him mandatory. They haven't mandated Kambosos to fight him. Hit the Tyson Bell. Or else he has to vacate his title. You don't just throw around mandatories. Rank number 1 isn't mandatory. I want to make this clear where I just learned something. Yeah, absolutely. Hit the Tyson Bell. I want to make that clear. Right. Educate these. So Jermall Charlo was never mandatory for Canelo. He didn't have to fight him. Okay. He was ranked number 1. And then speaking of Canelo, I want to say this too. When Canelo fought Yildirim, people say he requested it. Okay. And I always say yes and no. Here's the thing. He didn't request Yildirim to be his mandatory. Yildirim was the WBC super middleweight mandatory, no matter who has it. Understand. If you beat somebody, so let's say Canelo fights somebody for the WBC title or the IBF or whatever, and he fights a champion who holds that title. Let's say Caleb Plant. He beats Caleb Plant, get the IBF title. If Caleb Plant never fought his mandatory, he still has to fight so let's say no matter how much time is left, he still has to fight the mandatory. So let's say they gave Caleb Plant 6 months to fight the mandatory. And 4 months later, Canelo beats Caleb Plant. Well, Canelo got to fight that mandatory. He got 2 months left to do it. That's why Tyson Gypsy King Fury lost his IBF title. Because once he beat Klitschko for all those titles, he had to he had to fight his mandatory for the IBF 2 weeks later because he fought Klitschko, and Klitschko never satisfied the mandatory. Hit the Tyson bell. And Tyson Fury was like, that's no fair. I'm requesting an extension. They said, hell no. And then he had to vacate his title. Okay? So when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, listen. Instead of being y'all can pout about it later. But as men, women, as adults, listen to the rules. You can pout, man, I don't like this. You can be kids later. But this is showbiz, the adult community. Okay? So let's be adults first. When Canelo Alvarez had the Yildirim fight, Yildirim was the mandatory for the WBC. And that's where I say he didn't request for him to be the mandatory, but he requested for the fight. That happens when you volunteer to fight your mandatory earlier than scheduled, right? So let's say he had 9 months to fight Yildirim. Well, look, I want to fight Yildirim right now. Get that out the way so I can fight Billy Joe Saunders. Let me get rid of my mandatory right now. That's what he requested for. Speed it up, fight him now, so 2 months later, I can fight Billy Joe Saunders. Hit the Tyson bell. So nothing is in my way. Because if he would have fought Billy Joe Saunders, then he would have not taken care of his mandatory. He probably would have lost his belt after Billy Joe Saunders. So let me fight him earlier, and then I'll fight Billy. That's the rules. Those are the rules. Now, you can hate it. Now you can sit there and pout and hate it. But those are the rules. What say you? What say you? Rank number 1 isn't mandatory. Why not give the extension? I'm not the IBF. I'm not the sanctioning bodies. I can't answer that. They have their reasons why. Okay? But I can't answer that. That's not my job to answer or speculate that. Okay? No way is the WBC stripping. Well, Canelo the Warrior shouldn't look at it that way. Oh, they'll never strip me. Let me go about my business. What? You stripped me? Canelo did what warriors do. I cannot sit here and say, well, the WBC, let's all rely on them being all up the ass of Canelo. I like what Canelo did. He didn't even flex his franchise designation in super middleweight, right? No matter what the WC would want to do for him, Canelo did what warriors do. So, hey, Mr. Grinch, 2 sugars. Let me see. Facts, you're right, 100%. Wait, ShowBizz, wasn't Charlo Triple G's mandatory? I don't know. Let me look into that. I don't know. I don't think so. If he was, he would have had to vacate. So I don't think so. Because I think Charlo was ranked number 1 in WBC, but nowhere else. So I don't think he was Triple G's mandatory. But if he was, look, Google it. We'll see. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay? So I want to make this also clear. Then Terrence Bud Crawford goes on Twitter. And Terrence Crawford says, IBF, I'm requesting for you to make me the mandatory. I want to see something. Okay? Terrence Bud Crawford is requesting the IBF to make him mandatory. They're going to say no. They must say no. Do you guys know why? Hit the Tyson bell. Let me ask you guys. Do you guys know why he cannot be mandatory? Why the IBF is going to say no? YouTube. Thank you so much. Boxing politics fueled by revenue. Okay, everything is fueled by revenue. Okay. Let me see. I can't get mad at people getting to the bag. You know what I mean? But these are the rules. And I'm just putting the rules out there, not for us to complain about it, Kendall, but for us to know what it is and then say, okay, now let's assess what's going on. But see, I'm a Virgo. I'm sorry. That's what my mind thinks. I'm a Virgo. What's the rules? All right, so let me use these rules to be successful. That's how I don't even think about what could be the rules, what should be the rules. What my brain doesn't work like that. What are the rules? Those the rules? Bet. Now I'm about to leverage those rules so I can be number 1. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. I do that with YouTube. You can't do this? What am I allowed to do? Because I ain't going to keep doing what I not supposed to do so I can get shut down. What am I allowed to do? Bet. I'm work within this, and I'm going to use this to my benefit. Because I don't own YouTube. Let me see. Because he already is a belt holder. Exactly. Ha! Let me preach on this taco. This hat be killing me. Ha! Ha! Huh? Good night. Look, it's Taco Tuesday, man. You're late. My man said, "What are you wearing?" Hey, everybody. He said, "What are you wearing?" Everybody hit him with it.
That comment was dumb.
Yeah, rank number 1 is not mandatory. No, Terrence Crawford is a belt holder, so it's in the rules. The rules of mandatory is, and this is to be fair for all contenders. The rules of mandatory is this: you cannot make a belt holder of another sanctioning body a mandatory. Terrence Bud Crawford is the WBO champion. You cannot make him a man. Hold on. Why y'all not hitting the like? Everybody, hit the like. Y'all got to hit the like.
Hit the like. Your fingers over there be like, there's nothing to hit the like. You know what you like.
I'm trying to let you guys know the facts on this Taco Tuesday. I'm giving you all the lettuce and tomatoes on this Taco Tuesday. Hit the Tyson bell. So listen, make sure you guys hit the like. Have more people come in here. Thank you. Close the chat. Hit the like. Open the chat. Only takes a second. So look. So it's the rules. You cannot have a champion of another sanctioning body. Thank you guys for hitting the like. Please keep hitting the like. You got 600 people in here now. As soon as you hit the like, more people come in. So more people can talk in the war room. So we won't get all those comments later of people who didn't even get to this part talking about what we're covering in this part. Hold on real quick. Basically, everyone needs to put in that Canelo work. Oh, yeah, but we'll talk about that. So Terrence Crawford being the WBO champion cannot be mandatory, which is why you have that golden rule. The golden rule that unification trumps mandatory. Good night. That's why you have the golden rule. You cannot have a champion of a sanctioning body mandatory, but unifications trump mandatory. So here's the thing. When it comes to mandatory, I'm not saying that bouts Ennis will not be mandatory for Errol Spence. It's just he's not mandatory for Errol Spence. He probably will be. He probably will be. Terrence Bud Crawford requesting to be IBF mandatory, that he can't do it. It's impossible. Okay. Now, which leads me to this. If Errol the True Spence isn't fighting number 1 contenders, he should be fighting to unify. So Errol Spence only got a few ways to go here. Virgil Ortiz, and if I'm wrong, let me know. Who's the ranked number 1 in WBC? Is it Virgil Ortiz? One of those guys, Ennis, who's ranked number 1 in the IBF. He holds the IBF and the WBC. Or fight Yordanis Ugas, Super WBA champion, or take on Terrence Bud Crawford, WBO champion. And we all know what we want. So Errol Spence should either fight number 1 contenders / mandatories or fight for unification bouts. And with Errol the True Spence growing, out of the division really quickly, okay, he's starting to get weight drained. With that going on, yes, he has no time to fool around. Okay. I want to say this too. Brent, thank you so much. People are asking me, ShowBizz, what do you think about Terrence Bud Crawford? His antics now. Him being in the water, looking for the big fish, Errol the True Spence. Him on Twitter requesting for the IBF mandatory. What do you think of Terrence Bud Crawford? Good. Yes. You guys were just hearing me last week saying that I'm not about the whole he's clout chasing. I'm not feeling the whole I don't need Errol Spence. He needs me. I don't feel that more so than I want Errol Spence. How can I fight him now? I'm not about the cool. I'm too damn old. I told you guys that. I'm not about the cool, passive aggressive. Yeah, I'm just the best. He don't need, I don't need him. He ain't much. I ain't about that type of life. No, directly. I want you where you at so we don't have to try to figure out who wants who. So when it's all said and done and they both retire, we know who wanted who. Hit the Tyson bell. I ain't about the cool. Oh, man, he ain't nothing. We ain't got that kind of time. Terrence Bud Crawford practically hunting Errol Spence. I like that. And I'm a big Errol Spence fan. I told you that's my favorite welterweight. No, I like that. I like fights happening more so than posturing like you don't need the fights. Not my life. I don't watch Twitter more than the fights. I don't watch Instagram more than the fights. I don't like attitude more than throwing your damn hands. So, yeah, Terrence Crawford, I feel you. You got a huge plus for me. Hit the Tyson bell. For me, that dude's on Twitter. Hey, man, IBF, I want to see something. Hey, where's the big fish? Called him out his name and everything. I'm not the type of Errol Spence fan. I'm not the type to sit back and be like, oh, man, look at him. Clout chasing. I'm not on that. Man, Spence, he got us over here looking soft. Why? Because I'm a bigger boxing fan than boxer fan. I still think Spence needs a tune-up for Boots or Ortiz. I want to see the best Spence. Okay, I hear you. Boots outbox and beat Spence. Change my mind, Biz. No. I don't think I can. The entertainment, the factual, the showbiz. The Tyson Bell. Thank you so much, Hilo. Preach. Thank you so much. Facts. Thank you so much. That's what I'm about. Okay? And that's the Grinch. 2 sugars. Now look. We're about to switch over to the second part of this live stream. This podcast, the second topic, if you guys don't mind. We'll get back on Spence. Seems like a lot of you guys want to talk about Spence, but let's move and then we come back. Okay. Hold on. Let me see what my man have to say. Kendall, he gave me that super chat. So let's see. Biz, due to boxing politics, the champion of one sanctioning body is excluded from the rankings of the rival sanctioning bodies. So unification fights cannot be mandatory defenses. Yeah. Well, I don't think they're excluded from the rankings as much as they just can't be mandatory. But yeah. Absolutely. Hit the Tyson bell. But you would think that it would be the integrity of the fighter. Since unification trumps mandatories, it should be the integrity of the fighter to say, hey, I want to unify all the belts. You got the sanctioning bodies thinking, I mean, why wouldn't a fighter want to unify? If there's a unification bout and the sanctioning bodies are included, they get to the bag. So they don't force you to fight unifications. You should want to do that. And if you do that, we get paid anyway. They don't try to stay away from unification fights. They get the bag, especially if they're a part of somebody who has unified. So every time that person fight, they get the bag. Cambosa's, every sanctioning body is getting to the bag. And he's a popular guy right now. Hit the Tyson bell. So they love him. So unifications work for the sanctioning bodies too, not just mandatories. It's not like promotion companies. It's different. Strap season greater than farm season. Hashtag man down needs to man up. That was dope. That was dope. Hashtag man down needs to man up. IBF Mando gets 35%. He turned down 40. Clout chaser. Mando gets 35%. He turned down 40. Clout chaser. Now I'm gonna give you this one right here. I'll give you this one right here. That comment was dumb. What that is a attempt to try to how can I say this? Geniusly manipulate the facts in order to make Spence look good. That's fanboy. Let me give that to you. Let me give that to you one more again.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
When they negotiate, they're going to negotiate. Okay. He's not going to be forced to fight for 35%, but he can't be mandatory anyway. Let me tell you what you're missing, TB Rice. You're stuck in the soap opera of who's clout chasing it. Yeah, I'm cool. I got a cool team. And who gets 40% when you get shit? Us in this community are about watching a fight. And whoever trying to make the fight happens is who we applauding. Okay? So you hear, oh man, 35% and smooth and slick. And I told you, you're in the wrong place. You're trying to count their bankroll, count their money. You're in the wrong place. We're about the fight more so than that. So what we're about is Terrence Crawford want that fight. I don't give a damn if it's 2%. I don't care how much he makes. I don't care how much he doesn't make. I don't care if it's 98%, 2%. I don't give a damn. Only thing I win is watching the fight. You're in the wrong place. Let me see. Speaking of mandatory, will you speak on Haney saying he deserves Kambosos next? We talked about that a million times, but we'll keep talking about it. Over anyone else and not to give it to Loma. I mean, that's how he feels. I don't think Devin Haney, just to answer that real quick, I don't think Devin Haney should say, I don't deserve it. Loma deserves it. Everybody else deserves it more than me. I think he should say what he said. He's absolutely right in saying what he said. Okay? That's how he feels. And Loma, I feel it should be me. He should feel how he feels. Okay? Who do I think, who I would, I told you, the integrity move would be to fight Devin Haney. But I get fighting Lomachenko. That's the balls move. Lomachenko's a steeper hill for Kambosos than Devin Haney. Kambosos match up better with Devin Haney. Kambosos don't match up well with Lomachenko. If he fights Lomachenko, gets all the straps and fights him, that's the balls move right there. Let me see. What else we got? Arrow can't do 500,000 pay-per-view without Terrence. They need each other. Purse should be 50-50. Here's the thing. Forget the money. They need each other for legacy reasons. Forget the money. I don't have any knowledge on their money. I have reports on how many buys they get, but all those reports are skewed, especially when people are still in the damn fights. You don't know how much Terrence Crawford is worth. You don't know how much Errol Spence is worth. People steal the damn fights. You feel me? I mean, you had the music industry losing a bunch of money. What? These artists weren't worth it, weren't valuable? No, people were stealing the music, right? So then they came with the whole little streaming stuff, right? Came with a whole iTunes and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is you don't really know how much they're worth, and I'm not in that business, and I'd be a damn fool. I would look dumb. Everybody who's not in the business, everybody who's not sitting in that long table making business decisions are going to look dumb as hell trying to speak on it. I'm telling you. Let me tell you what I know for sure is that we don't know shit when it comes to that business unless you're a promoter or a manager or in that business. And if you're new to that business, you don't know. I'm talking about you got to be an experienced promoter or manager. We got to respect that job. I can't speak on it. I'm not working for a network. I don't know. I work for y'all. And I want to make that clear too. You guys pay me. Hit the Tyson bell. You, Jaguar Paul, you pay. I work for you. You pay me consistently. Nobody else pays me. All right. So I work for you guys, but I don't work for no network. I can't speak. We would look dumb as hell speaking on it. So this is what I do know. They need each other for legacy. And I do know when it comes to what they bring to the table, fighting wise, is 50-50. They both are great fighters equally. All right. And I think if the percentage of who gets paid what is the roadblock, then y'all should come to an agreement. That's why I like what Deontay Wilder did with Tyson Fury. He wanted to fight Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was out of boxing for 2 years. Wilder made that 50-50 first fight. Hit the Tyson bell. People don't realize Wilder wanted that fight. He made it 50-50 immediately and got busy. So if you want to make the fight, you make it 50-50. If you want to make the fight, if you're doing whatever it takes to, the business savvy or to not have the fight happen as soon as possible, you'll start talking about the numbers. Let me see. After first Triple G versus Canelo, Charlo fought for interim belt because he was mandatory. Doesn't that make Charlo Canelo's mandatory after he beats Triple G? The sanctioning body has to vote on mandatory. They never vote. They have to deem you mandatory. It doesn't happen naturally. I know you guys want it to. Oh, you fought for the interim title, so he's mandated. A mandate is a contract. You're mandated. You got 6 months. Now you got 60 days. Now you got, he was never mandated. He was never the mandatory. Hit the Tyson bit. You can hope it happens naturally, but that's not how it goes. The sanctioning body is in control of voting and making that decision. Now you're mandated. Now you're on the clock. Tick, 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 tick. If you don't fight him, you have to vacate. That's what mandatory means. Let me see. I'm fully convinced that Haney wants it next so badly because he feels Kambosos is the bigger walk in the park. I think Haney moves up if he beats Cam. I think Devin Haney wants it so badly because he's one fight away from undisputed. Everybody wants it so bad. He wanted Teofimo Lopez. He wanted Lomachenko. Devin Haney wants it because he's a young fighter who wants to be great. Let me tell you something. It's more basic than people make it. People always try to make things extremely complicated when it comes to boxing. Hey, how about when he did this with this and this and this and this much pay-per-view buys? And it's very simple. Devin Haney wants Kambosos because he wants to be great. Hit Tyson Bell. Okay, hold on real quick. Bud saying everything but send the contract. Facts. Well, here's the thing. Now he is without his promoter. Now he's by himself. So he's figuring all that out. Okay. But if your job, TB Rice, is to be on this, I'm on Errol Spence side, so I'm trying to figure out how bad Terrence Crawford looked, that is old. That's the past, bro. This community is the future. This community. Everybody, give it up for yourselves. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hit the like. Your fingers over there be like. There's nothing to hit the like. You know what you like.
We're not here trying to say, got your moment. Oh, he looks bad. You get nothing, TB. You get nothing. Okay? So there's no sense. No reason to try to cap for somebody else, to try to hold this person close. Oh, yeah, he's saying all this, but he ain't saying, and she's saying, and they saying all this, and that's the past, bro. We're done with that. We're changing the environment, the boxing environment. Get your ass in the ring. Hit the Tyson Bell. No? Errol the True Spence, fight somebody. Terrence Crawford, who you got next? Hold on. Okay. So I want to get to the second topic. Hold on real quick. EJ just wants to ride horses and wear the belts, dog. He does. So thank you so much, Tyson Bell. No, man, he wants to fight, bro. So look. Hold on, one more again. Feeling down, Biz. I need a little Varnell. You do. Give it up for the Varnell here, box.
Bring on this with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Varnell man can shaboing boing.
It's Taco Tuesday, boy. Feel better, brother. Feel better. As if you could just feel better, but you're gonna feel better. All right, so listen. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez. I said Canelo Alvarez has done the unthinkable. Okay? And let me tell you what I mean. Canelo Alvarez has done the unthinkable. Let me tell you what that means. Canelo Alvarez, what we just saw over the weekend, that's right, the Lomachenko versus Richard Commey fight. Over the weekend, what we just saw proves why Canelo Alvarez is the best in the world, man. I had Usyk #1 pound for pound. Canelo Alvarez, the man. What happened over the weekend proves to me Canelo Alvarez is the damn man, dog. He's the man, dog. Let me tell you what I mean. Let me tell you what I mean. Did you guys hear that Alexander Usyk said that if he can keep his belts at heavyweight, he'll move down to cruiserweight and fight Canelo? Huh? Did you hear Usyk say, if I can keep my belts at heavyweight, I would move down to cruiserweight and fight Canelo Alvarez? Did you hear that? Yes. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? I just want to make sure y'all know that's facts. Exactly. 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 I don't want that. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I just need a lot of you guys to say facts. You heard? Big facts. All of you guys heard that. So we know he said that. Usyk said on Fight Hype. Check it out. Usyk, just type in Usyk Canelo Fight Hype. Usyk said, stop getting tender in the war room. Usyk said, if I could keep my belts at heavyweight, I'll move down to cruiserweight and fight Canelo Alvarez. Let me tell you why that makes Canelo Alvarez a GOAT. Huh? Yeah, I said it. Let me tell you why that makes Canelo Alvarez a GOAT. Want me to tell you why? I'm going to tell you why. Just last April, 2021, just last April, Errol the Truth Spence said that he'll move up to 154 and fight Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez said that can happen in the future. Huh? He said a big fight with me and Errol Spence can happen in the future. So I want you guys to think back, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. In 1 year, you have the #1 ranked, and there's no champion at welterweight, okay? So ranked #1, unified welterweight champion, call out Canelo Alvarez. And the ranked #1, with Tyson Fury being champion, the ranked #1 unified heavyweight champion calls out Canelo too? What? I ain't never seen a man so big and do so much in 1 year that the unified #1 welterweight champion and the unified ranked #1 heavyweight champion call him out in the same year? Who ever done that? Who's ever made that type of impact and capability? This guy is short. He's 5'8", came from 147. He is capable of fighting at middleweight, junior middleweight, or some kind of catchweight with Errol the Truth Spence, and capable of fighting the unified heavyweight champion? Huh? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? No, I need to know. This is unheard of. This is unheard of. I ain't never seen, now I've been watching boxing a long time. I ain't never seen, I don't know, Larry Holmes and Hagler call out Sugar Ray Leonard. Hell, when Canelo, well, I'm not Canelo, when Roy Jones moved up to heavyweight, heavyweights didn't even want to fight him. Lennox Lewis was like, I ain't going to knock this, man. I love Roy. Even Mike Tyson was like, man, I ain't trying. Oh, come on, man. Evander Holyfield said, I'll murk him. I ain't trying. I love that man. I ain't going to whoop that little man. Lennox Lewis literally said no. They were trying to talk. Remember that? It was like on HBO. They were trying to talk to Lennox Lewis. Now, you know Roy Jones called you. Lennox said, man, I ain't going to. I love that man. I promise that'll be the worst saddest knockout you've ever seen in your life. Lennox Lewis, that would have been the worst, saddest knockout. There would have been tears flowing and everything. If I fought that man, there would be tears flowing and everything. I'm not trying to be a part of that shit. Hold on. Oh, my bad for the super chats, man. Raphael Hancock, he said, for keep doing your thing, hella entertaining. Thank you so much, brother, for great info. Thank you so much, Robert Spearman. Hit the Tyson bell. Huh? I remember that, Biz. You remember that? Lennox was like, man, come on, man. I'll punch a hole through his head. Pop. Got to get a shoehorn. Punch a hole through his head. Got to get a shoehorn to get the fist out. Pop. Okay. So this is unprecedented. This is the unthinkable. And the funny thing is, one of you show business partners sent me a poll. They had a poll on who will win between Canelo Alvarez and Usyk. And 65% of the thousands of people who voted said Canelo. Usyk could beat the hell out of Canelo. Usyk could beat the hell out of Canelo, dog. Hold on, let me see. Roy would have fought him, though. Yeah, that dude got problems. His father said that he'll fight to the death. His father said, I had to remove myself from it. Big Roy, he said, I got to remove myself. Y'all don't know my son. My son would fight anything. Roy was different. And he was like, dude, y'all don't understand my son. I got to remove myself from this. Let me see. I hope Canelo doesn't take an Usyk fight. I mean, I know Canelo is striving for greatness, but that would just be striving for the hospital bed. You ain't lying. He'll fight. Usyk can hit him with heavy shots, moving around. That'd be ridiculous. That's a big, smooth fighter. That's a big, smooth. You want to talk about problems with a southpaw? That's a big, smooth fighter. You ain't gonna. Come on. You saw Usyk stand up against Tyson Fury. Almost looked at him eye to eye. I said, how tall is Usyk? 6'7"? Usyk's supposed to be 6'3". He was sitting there. Tyson Fury had to get on his toes. I said, hold on, something's wrong. Either Tyson Fury is 6'4" or Usyk is 6'8". Something's wrong. Oh, let me see. Thing is, Canelo is down. Everyone gets a payday. Yeah. Canelo is so much of a great. And the thing is, Usyk said, did you hear when he said the boxing world revolves around Canelo? Usyk didn't say the boxing world revolves around me, which you got to watch out for Usyk, because Usyk a game your ass. He like Cambosis. Usyk a game you. Usyk, he might be, because every fighter say the game revolves around me. You know what I mean? But Usyk may be trying to butter him up to get his ass in there and stroking. I mean, that was that sentence right there, back to back, was beyond. How about this? Y'all get it. So listen. To say the boxing world revolves around Canelo, he's just trying to butter him up. Usyk trying to, Usyk, his eyes going everywhere. He trying to butter him up. You can't trust Usyk. You can't trust him. But Usyk said the boxing world revolves around Canelo, and it must, because you have fans saying that Canelo would beat Usyk. That's ridiculous. I don't even think Canelo gets past Ennkable. Now, huh? That's right. I'm putting cases on every last one of you, huh? I'm the police. I run shit here. Y'all just live here, huh? Okay? Hit the Tyson bell. Jay! Oh, you mother. I don't think Canelo gets past Ennkable. Let alone Usyk. Okay, so look. That man said stroke. So listen. Yeah, that comment was my bad. That comment, That comment was dumb. Do you think Canelo would beat Wilder's brother? Well, probably. You know, what I missed a lot, bro. A great little guy beats a good big guy, but Usyk is great. Yeah, Usyk is great. All right. And here's the thing: how little is little? When they say a great little guy beats a good big guy, there is a, you know, limit. Inoue ain't going to beat Tommy Fury. Inoue ain't beating Derek Chisora. So there is a limit. All right. There's a limit. And Canelo Alvarez barely made light heavy. There's no junior cruiserweight. So you're jumping from light heavy to cruiserweight. Like, that's a huge gap. That's like 20 pounds. And Canelo can barely make light heavy. And he's going to cruiser. I'm thinking Enkabu is going to be like, bip. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see if that fight happens. If they agree to that fight, we'll see. I'm thinking Enkabu going to be like, pop. And you're going to see Canelo on Bambi legs. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be like, you know what? That was just too far. That was too far. If Canelo goes up to cruiserweight, bro, and take Enkabu, listen. Don't have Canelo Alvarez come up to cruiserweight and beat you out your title. Now that's going too far, Enkabu. Now you fooled around long enough. You're playing around, all right? I saw you get rolled all over the canvas before, okay? But don't have Canelo come up from welterweight all the way up. You feel me? You feel me? He doesn't have blazing speed. He's not Roy Jones Jr., where he took advantage with blazing speed and crazy accuracy. Canelo is no Roy. Canelo's good, but he's no Roy. Okay? He's great, but he's no Roy. All right? Roy was weird. Roy was Superman. That was a crazy, you never seeing that again. All right? With that said, Canelo has great fundamentals, and those fundamentals can't beat. Enkabu, holla at me. Enkabu, holla at me, bro. Holla at me, bro. Holla at me, bro. Holla at me, bro. Seriously, I'm telling you, I'm gonna put a call in to the Congo. I'm putting a call in. Holla at me, bro. Yeah, Roy had no chin. He had crazy reflexes though, so he ain't need it like that. Let me see. Roy had more of a chin than y'all give him credit for, though. Tarver cracked that chin, just like what happened with Meldrick Taylor, just like what happened with David Reed. Sometimes your chin, William Joppy, I think, sometimes your chin can just go. All right. I remember Terry Norris had a little issue after Julian the Hawk Jackson crumbled him. Usyk would frustrate Canelo for 12 rounds. Easy work. He had knocked Canelo out, man. He had knocked Canelo out. He almost knocked out Anthony Joshua. All right, so let's work our way. There's only one Roy, but Canelo is surpassing Floyd all day. I guess we're going to end with this Canelo talk. That's a tough question. I'll tell you this. As far as accomplishments, he can surpass Floyd. As far as resume, I don't think he can. I don't see any. Floyd fought Hall of Famers. Canelo fought Hall of Famers too, but different. Like Kovalev is probably a Hall of Famer, but different than what Floyd was doing. Floyd's resume is one of the best resumes of all time. All right. And I know people say, well, it was a little to this, a little to that. I think Floyd's human too. I think Floyd was small, and I think Floyd was old. Okay. Floyd got on the map really after beating Oscar De La Hoya. He was like in his 30s. Hit the Tyson Bell. He got on the map in his 30s. All right. Kind of like Terrence Crawford. So I don't think Canelo can build the resume that Floyd, but he can accomplish more than Floyd. I think he damn near almost there, because Floyd never got undisputed. And how many weight divisions? They're both four. Floyd had five weight divisions. Canelo can get okay with this Enkabu fight. And then what else? Who fought more champions, Canelo or Floyd? See, with how the sanctioning bodies work now, Canelo probably fought more champions, bro. Hold on, let me think. Who fought more champions, Canelo or Floyd? It's pretty close. And that's crazy to say because Canelo's very young. He's like 30, 31 or something like that. That's tough. That's tough. The only way he wins is if you get a bad interpreter talking about his mama. Yeah, that happens and demon comes out. Floyd. Oh, okay. Floyd fought more champions. Floyd by 6. Virgil versus Boots would be great. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I believe it's Floyd. Floyd 23. Oh, thank you. Floyd 23, Canelo 18. Damn. So Canelo's going to get there. He's going to get there because every fight Canelo fights from here on out is probably going to be championship bouts, like Floyd. See, Floyd's going to get. See, hold on. I'm gonna do it like this. See, that's that stuff, man. That's that stuff. Because you got more accomplishments, don't make you a greater fighter. I don't think Canelo would actually be greater than Floyd. I think he'll have more accolades. Because if you think about it, there's fighters with more accolades than Henry Armstrong, and we know he's greater. There's fighters with more accolades. Canelo got more than Sugar Ray Robinson, I believe, right? Well, not amount of fights and stuff like that, but championship stuff. Because, I mean, there weren't so many belts. But Sugar Ray Robinson's a greater fighter. So let's forget the accomplishment is going to be great in Canelo's favor, though. But I think you just cannot, who Floyd fought, the boxing environment then, Floyd will always be greater than Canelo, probably, but it's going to be a conversation. It's going to be a conversation. What do you think of Usyk saying he didn't go for the KO with AJ because he had the fight won and AJ is a family man? He said that. I don't like that. I don't like when Loma did that with Richard Comey. Loma talking about, yeah, we cool. He's a nice guy. That ain't nice. Beating somebody for another 6 rounds ain't nice. All right, knock his ass out. Beating somebody and keeping him up and pop and that ain't cool. That ain't nice. You're not being nice. All right. They were almost doing they were waving the towel at the end of that AJ fight. I saw it with Usyk. They were waving the damn towel because that ain't nice. Having somebody against the rope, pop and hitting them clean and not trying to get them out, just keep them. That ain't nice. That's worse. Sit down and knock him out so we can go ahead on. So he can just wake up. I've been knocked out before. That's way better than pop, 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 and your brain just losing. That's the stuff that kills you. That ain't nice. It ain't. Hit the Tyson Bear. That cumulative damage, that's why they say Muhammad Ali is the most dangerous fighter of all time. Jab, bam, 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 pap, pap. No, Tyson hit me. I'd rather Tyson come up, pop a punch I don't see, and a crazy knockout. I'll bounce off the bottom rope. I slide out the ring, whatever. I'd rather go out like that than pop, 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 sweat flying off my head. I'm just pop, brother, knock me out. I got that kind of time. Let me see what else we got before I go. The only way I see Canelo fighting Usyk is if he does fight him at heavy. Canelo not fighting without the glory. Canelo, yeah, they'll probably fight at heavy if they look. If Canelo has issues, all right, he got the Holyfield Roy issue. I see that now. Canelo is too addicted to working out, to the fight, he's too addicted to it. He's too addicted to being great. Canelo believes he's great, right? Like, we know he's great, but he believes he's great. That's going to have him. It happened to Roy. You know what I'm saying? Any excuses tonight, Roy? Pop. That's what happens. It happened to Holyfield time and time again, just bouncing off the canvas. I saw Holyfield swing and miss and fall all over. Okay? You saw him against my man, Vitor Belfort, 60 years old. What the hell are you doing? So Canelo Alvarez, if he beats Invincible, I can see him. Yeah, well, I can fight Tyson Fury. Okay, that's just that's what he's on. All right. I told you guys he's gonna go. He's gonna go to sleep and soon. Canelo's gonna have Bambi legs soon because he's gonna keep pushing until he finds the limit. And then he's going to be on Bambi legs. I promise you. Let me see. And that's what great ones do. That's what great ones do. They keep searching until they find Bambi legs. Lord knows Manny Pacquiao did it. You can't keep fighting Marquez over and over. The guy's too great to think you can do the same thing over and over again. All of a sudden, boom, Manny, are you okay? Are you okay, Manny? That's just, bruh. All right, so look, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I got to pick up my son. We did go Christmas tree shopping finally. I filmed it for Knox in the Box. I'll be getting all that together. I got a lot to do today, though. We're going to get to the bag on my Twitter. Everybody leave right now. Go follow me on Twitter. We're about to get to the bag for Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley fight. I'm going to put $2,000 on Tyron Woodley. I said it. We have the video probably tomorrow. We definitely going to talk this up. Don't forget, we're going live this weekend for that fight. I'll be calling that fight. ShowBizz the Adult. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream commentary. I will be splitting this podcast into something else. Because I'm going to have that second part with Canelo Alvarez. I think that was a good moment while I was talking about it. I'm like, this is a good moment. So I'm going to make that a separate video. So you guys make sure you share it. Especially all you Canelo fans are like, yo, man, that's how ShowBizz feels. And it will just muster up and stir up a lot of conversation. And there's going to be a lot of war room talk in the comments. So prepare for that. All right, I'm out. Thank you so much, BK. This is where you can find me on Twitter. That's Biz Adult. Thank you so much, BK.